Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on not a Maserati video, but actually a video on how to buy a car, right? Hear me out for a second. Imagine this car here. Some of the things that I would be thinking about is, so what are some of the things you'd be looking for in a previously owned car? What's the first thing you ask about? Mileage. This car has 16,000 original miles, right? This is somebody's third or fourth car at a vacation home or something like that. It is so spectacularly new looking that it's almost indistinguishable from buying a brand new car. The big difference will be what it costs you right here, right? This car right now, if you priced out a new Quattroporte, somewhere around the 150 mark, right? This car has 16,000 miles and is selling for 33% or less of that. I can't even do the math because I'm so excited. But anyway, so that's great, all right? So cool. Secondly, is it good looking? I don't need to say anymore, but I do want to tell you what the color is called. And the color is called, are you ready for this? Argento Luna Metallic. I just felt like I just came back from a trip from Italy. I feel like I have olive oil on myself. I don't even know what just happened, but it was an awesome experience. So the next thing for me is I look at this. I say, well, first off, I look at the tires of the car. And the reason I look at the tires of the car is because if somebody puts cheap tires on a car, that means they were just trying to flip it. But if it's your baby or my car or whatever, we want to have the best tire we can buy. We're not going to overpay, but we're going to get a great tire because that's what we want. And sure enough, wrapped on this car here is a set of Pirellis on there. All right, enough said. So come look at the factory paint on here because it really is a wonderful, wonderful color. This is our little window sticker that we have when you walk into the showroom, and you can see how nice you can read all the words in there. Some are better than others, but this car here is better than others. Beautiful metallic paint in here. All right, so come on in here. All right, so this has the gray calipers, which are an option from Maserati. This is got the upgraded rims on it, so it's got the Sport GT, right? Cross-drilled rotors are in there, and you can just see how clean this car is. I mean, it even has this has a felt inner fender liner. Did you hear what I just said? Felt inner fender liner, and it's still nice and fuzzy. It's not caked in mud or grease or oil or the roads of hell. Fender vents, styling, this right here, the turn signal right there, and of course, the company that designed it, Pininfarina. All right, so as we walk around, little stuff like how does the door handle open? It's electric, so when you touch it, it just feels so nice, right? It's a Sport GT. I'll show you the differences of why you get all these things. Different grille, different wheels and tires, a couple other small things too. Come on back here, all right? And then you get an upgraded exhaust as well. This also has the parking sensors back here. So when you're backing up, you don't chew up that beautiful bumper. And this old school Maserati script is beautiful. A lot of times I'll drive these cars and people won't know exactly what they are. And I see them in my rear view mirror, they're squinting and they're kind of saying, Maserati, oh, Maserati, wow. Which is cool because I think of these cars like a velvet hammer. You know, you can be in a red Ferrari, but being in a red Ferrari is a lot of fun for a little while, but after a while, sometimes it can be too much. People are staring at you all the time, they're pointing at the car, they're tracking you down, whatever. This does all the same. People love it, but it's subtle. So that's why I call it the velvet hammer, all right? All right, so what we're gonna do is take a peek under the hood because this car here has one awesome, awesome engine compartment. All right, so here's your first lesson on a Maserati, how to open the hood. Most people will fish around for days trying to find the release lever. Just pick it up just a tiny little bit. The lever's right here. And look, this is how it works. Your little hand goes here and pulls it up. Most people never find it. It's awesome to watch them. All right, so this is actually one of my favorite engine compartments in the entire free world. All right, come over here and see why. Look at these red cam covers. They spent extra time thinking about, and this only the Italians do this, thinking about opening the hood. Most people who own a Quattroporte are driving because they want a luxury car. They don't get in it because it'll go 180 miles an hour, or you could take it to the track, quite honestly. But they did, and they gave it some thought. So the red valve covers here, the Maserati script here that hold the plug wires down in place, the coil wires, this cool black coating on the intake manifold, right? It's just really nice. And then they tidy it all up in here. But the one thing that's most important is why do these cars handle so well? Let me show you why, so come over here for 1 second. So for instance, from here forward is all styling. Believe it or not, there's nothing in here, you know, radiator, stuff like that, but it's just styling things. The engine itself starts right here, and if you come over here, you can see it's behind the front axle. By having the engine behind the front axle, it's almost considered a mid-engine car because it's no longer hanging over the front end. If you look at most cars, the engine is over top of the axle. This car is not. They've given this a lot of thought, right? And it's well packaged too. So a couple of other small things you should be thinking about. Has this car been in an accident? Very good question, very good question. This right here, here's the actual assembly number. They won't sell you that anymore. So if this was damaged in an accident or whatever, they would have to replace this piece and that wouldn't be there. The original stickers are still here, right? There's the call out for the Argento Luna paint, right? Those right there you can't buy anymore either. The original hood insulation, those little features there say, you know what, this hasn't been in an accident and those panels haven't been replaced. The hood struts work properly. You know how many times we get cars where the hood struts won't hold the hood up? I have to hold the hood up just to do the video. Here I don't have to. And then it's just a nice easy close because the hood's aluminum. Boom, closed. How you doing? All right, let's go check out the trunk. Okay, so I get so excited about these cars because what other car in the world would like the guy get excited about talking about the trunk, right? Oh, just hear me out for a second, okay? First off, if you love your car, would you buy a car cover for it? Probably, okay? Here's a car cover that comes with this Maserati, all right? That means that, again, it was somebody's car they drove very rarely, all right? Check this out. Look at the detail, little stuff like the chrome handle in here. Here's a toolkit, spare tire that's never been used, compressor, all those things that you need right there. And then now, here's how I knew it was a really low mileage car. Walk around me this way, Danny, and I'll show everybody. This right here is a built-in battery tender, all right? All you do is just plug this in, okay? And it's hooked up to the battery, and it keeps the battery charged all the time, all right? So that when you jump in it, you know, if you leave it for months at a time, if you jump in it, the battery's always charged and ready for you to roll on out. Not to mention, that's a pretty big trunk when you think about it. And then once we get inside, you're gonna see like, wow, this car keeps getting better by the minute, better by the minute. Honey, maybe we should get it. I'm just throwing that out there. All right, so come on in here. You may not spend a lot of time back here, but what you need to know about is what you're getting in these cars. And it really is significant. First off, listen to this. This thing is like a tank, right? And so it also has rear power seats. Most people don't know that. Now you know that, and you can show off a little bit too. This has an upgraded leather interior. So this is cashmere leather with the piping that matches the wood inside the car. So check that out there. Check out the headrests. This is a relief, so it's from the inside out of the Maserati crest. And let's say the back of your head's getting a little schwitzy, right? Oh, would you look at that? Oh, honey, it's a little hot back here. Oh, wow, look at what they did. This is really a beautiful car. The Johnsons sure do have a beautiful car. They must have paid a lot of money. Well, you wouldn't pay a lot of money if you came and got it from Fleming's. All right, a couple more things. Check this out. Alcantara headliner. If you've never owned an Alcantara suit, I don't think they sell one, let's make that up. But anyway, an Alcantara headliner feels just like suede. And the nice thing about it, it doesn't dry out, it doesn't get old and crusty and crumbly. And even the stitching around the visors there is color keyed for this. This is what the Italians do, man. They just do stuff differently. I don't know why, they do. But in this car here also is a full leather interior. So little pieces of trim like the doors, the console, the dash, the door panels covered in leather, not vinyl like many other cars that you see out there, all right? Your own climate control system back here for the people in the back, all right? In case you decide to take up smoking, you could do that. I don't think it's time yet, but. And they also do one small nice little feature, is that they cut out the backs of the seats. So if you have a tall passenger back here, that gives them an extra 2 inches of leg room without you having to worry about sliding your seat up. A couple of other small things, check this out. Spring-loaded hand clip. Maybe you say, well, what's the big deal about that? Well, it's not just that, it's the Alcantara, it's the piping on the seats, it's the stuff back here. It's the power seats. One little nice touch is this. Boom. You just hook it right on there. You get your own private enclave. But look how nicely it fits in there. So that's a lot of things. Also adjustable shoulder belts so that you can get the shoulder wherever you want it. Shorter people, taller people, they really like that feature on there. All right, so enough back here, because you're not gonna spend a lot of time back here. I just wanted to know if you have people that you love, they're gonna really love you even more because the back here is really nice. All right, so come on in here and join me in the seat that you may or may not be most interested. I gotta imagine you're going to be, but this is a beautiful, beautiful part of the car. So we have power tilt and telescopic steering, right? With infinite adjustments in here, all right? And we have a 9,000 RPM tach. We have a 200-mile-an-hour speedometer. And then once you get into little things like the nav screen and stuff like that, turn that on. And all these things start to come up. You have climate control right here. And the climate control is separate for both sides. You also have heated seats. This is the power shade you can use from here as well and lower it, all right? This has optional Skyhook suspension, which gives you a sport mode. And the sport mode blips the throttle in between downshifts, firms the suspension up, does a couple neat things to the car, and it sounds spectacular. This has the upgraded Bose sound system as well, and just goes on and on. I've rambled so much, I feel like I'm gonna wear you out, but I get so excited about these cars because they're so freaking beautiful, and they're just a great deal, and especially a 16,000 mile car like this is really just wonderful. But what I'd like to do for you real quick is give it a quick rev, and you'll hear what 400 horsepower of Ferrari-derived V8 sounds like. All right, let's close up this video because we talked about a lot, so hopefully I'm not wearing you out. Spectacular paint, spectacular interior. 16,000 original miles, a car that sounds spectacular. It's a Sport GT, so it's the top of the line you could get, right? And it really is, in the world of spectacular cars, this has to be on your list, and more importantly, not just on your list, but in your garage. Anyway, call us 301-816-1000. We'll find a way to get this Quattroporte in your life.